Hey, it's Josh over at J&H. Today we're taking a look at the Penn Spinfisher V SSV7500 spinning reel. This isn't out yet, but we were able to obtain a review reel. You know, one of these a reel that they give out to people who review them. They didn't actually give it to us. They gave this to the Long Island fishermen, and they were nice enough to give it to us and let us have a look at it. And I figured I would do a review. So the 7500 is one size up from the 6500, obviously, but it's a significantly larger reel. It's where the reel gets a big jump. You know, all spinning reels have a big jump somewhere. If you haven't heard about the Spinfishers yet, all metal body. The main feature is that they're sealed, watertight design. They've got 6 seals on them, so water cannot get in. The only restriction or the difference between this and say like a Van Stall or a Z-Bass or something to be called fully sealed is that you can't turn the handle while you're under the water. So you could dunk this reel in salt water. You could take a splash while you're on the boat. You could put it in the gunnel while you're moving. You can take splashes, no problem. No sand or water is going to get into either the body or the drag system. You can see here. You can see that here's a drag knob. This is actually a drag knob and a spare spool from a 6500 that I pulled off just to show you. You see that red ring right there? That is the seal on there, and then the red ring over here. You can see that right there, the gasket. That is the seal for the drag. So that's one of the major advantages of this reel, the fully sealed. It can't be overstated how important that is, because basically what it means is that, first of all, your gear is going to be reliable when you're out on the water. You don't have to worry about salt water getting in there, or if you're fishing from the beach, sand getting in there and messing up the gears inside and making it unfishable. It's sealed on both sides, so you can take the handle, put it over to here. The reel's totally sealed. Like I said, the only restriction is you can't turn the handle while you're underwater. That would actually allow some water to get in. Dunk it, get it wet, do whatever you got to do. It's going to hold up. Also, the price point on these reels, you're looking at $180 for this reel, which is actually, pretty good price considering the cost of, Z-Bass or comparable Van Stall. It's going to hold, about 360 to 50-pound braid. This reel, like I said, was a sample. It says that it's holding 650 yards of 50-pound braid. It sounds a little bit much to me based on, what the manufacturer says, but again, it does say it on there, so you take that with a grain of salt. Weighs in at just 26.9 ounces. Not bad for an all-metal reel that's this beefy. Also 35 pounds of drag. So you're getting a tremendous amount of drag in this reel. Great for near shore, offshore, jigging, for grouper, amberjack. One of the other cool features of this reel that I really like is they call it a friction trip bail. Basically, you see how difficult it is to turn that handle? They do that on purpose. It's sort of halfway between an automatic and a manual, in that if you're if you're casting these expensive lures, you don't want the bail to trip over on you. So this bail will not trip no matter what you do. You have to turn the handle, and you can see it's slow. So even if you accidentally hit the handle, you bump it like I'm bumping it, it's still not going to trip over. So you'll see, if you can see, it's it's not the most fluid motion. It takes a little bit getting used to, but it's definitely going to save you over time in terms of you're not going to lose lures and all that kind of stuff. 6 ball bearings. It's really nice and smooth. You've been watching me turn the handle on this reel. The drag system's nice and smooth. The drag knob's easy to use. Very smooth drag system. Just a really excellent package overall. So these should be in stock soon, probably by the end of the year. So if you're looking for a for a reel to put on an 11-foot rod to do some chunking with, or like I said, if you're going to go jigging for grouper, amberjack, tuna, definitely take a look at the Penn Spinfisher V. This is the SSV7500, and it'll be in stock soon at jnh.com. You can pre-order it today.